It's 2 a.m. You're lying in bed and suddenly you become aware of your heart. It feels like it's pounding, maybe skipping beats or racing unnaturally fast. Your mind starts racing too. Is something wrong with me? Am I having a heart attack? Should I go to the ER? Sound familiar? You're not alone. I'm Juliet from Salus, where I work as a breathwork and movement expert specializing in mind-body synchronization. And today, I'm going to explain exactly why your heart seems to misbehave at night, and more importantly, give you a practical technique to fix it and finally get the deep, restful sleep you deserve. Nighttime heart racing and palpitations are incredibly common, especially among professionals under chronic stress. Yet most people suffering from the issue feel isolated and terrified, convinced that something is seriously wrong with their heart. Here's what our clients typically experience. They lie down to sleep and suddenly become hyper aware of their heartbeat. What starts as simple awareness quickly spirals into worry and fear. The more they focus on their heart, the stronger and faster it seems to beat. They check their Apple Watch or their pulse and they confirm that it is elevated. Sleep becomes impossible and they lie awake, monitoring every beat. The next day, they're exhausted, making stress and anxiety even worse. The cycle repeats night after night, sometimes for months or years. Does this describe your experience? If so, I want you to know two things. First, you're not alone. And second, there are specific physiological reasons why this happens, which means there's also specific solutions. The science of nighttime heart symptoms. So why does this happen specifically at night? There are three key factors at play. First, there's what we call the paradoxical attention effect. During the day, you're distracted by work, family, and activities. But at night, in the quiet darkness, there are no distractions. Your attention naturally turns inward and you become aware of bodily sensations you normally wouldn't notice, including your heartbeat. Second, there are actual physiological changes that happen in the evening. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, should normally become more active at night. But when you're under chronic stress, your sympathetic fight or flight system remains dominant, creating imbalance. This imbalance affects your heart rate variability, or HRV, a key measure of how well your nervous system is functioning. Low HRV means your body is stuck in stress response. The third factor is the cortisol-melatonin connection. Now, normally, cortisol, your stress hormone, should be lowest at night, while melatonin, your sleep hormone, rises. But chronic stress disrupts this pattern, creating a hormonal state that keeps your body on high alert even when you're trying to rest. Even more interesting is that what happens when you start worrying about your heart, your breathing changes. So most people don't realize that anxious attention to the heart typically causes subtle hyperventilation. This breathing pattern actually shifts essential minerals like calcium and magnesium out of your bloodstream, creating physical sensations like tingling, chest tightness, and yes, extra heartbeats or palpitations. And here's the critical part. These sensations then confirm your fear that something is wrong with your heart, creating a vicious cycle that can last all night. Why traditional approaches fail? So why don't the usual remedies work? Let's look at the common approaches. Sleeping pills might knock you out, but they don't address the underlying autonomic imbalance. Meditation apps can help, but if you're already in a panic about your heart, focusing on your breath often makes hyperventilation worse. Cutting caffeine helps some people, but many of my clients don't consume caffeine, yet still experience racing heart at night. Heart monitors and health tracking can actually make the problem worse by reinforcing the hypervigilance. The key insight is this: you can't solve a problem created by excessive attention to your heart by paying even more attention to your heart. You need to break the cycle at its source. The solution: nighttime heart calming exercise. At Salus, we use a variety of comprehensive techniques to help clients reset their cardiac, autonomic, and limbic systems. For a more in-depth breakdown of how these techniques work, I encourage you to reach out to us for a free session. In the meantime, I'd like to walk you through a shorter exercise that you can specifically use to help slow down your heart and set you up for a good night of sleep. Here's a simple 3-step technique that you can try tonight. If you're lying in bed and you notice your heart racing, first sit up with your back against a headboard or a wall. Place both feet flat on the bed or the floor if possible. This simple posture change helps optimize the vagal nerve function and improves breathing mechanics instantly. Now, step 2, a modified physiological sigh. This is a powerful breathing pattern discovered by researchers at Stanford that quickly rebalances your nervous system. What you'll do is take a normal breath in through your nose, then take a second small breath on the top of that. Now exhale slowly through your mouth, making that exhale longer than the inhale. Aim for about 5 to 7 seconds. You'll repeat this pattern 3 to 4 times. I can show you how it looks. And you'll do it 3 times. This specialized breathing pattern rapidly rebalances CO2 levels in your bloodstream, which helps normalize those calcium and magnesium shifts that I mentioned earlier that contribute to the heart symptoms. Now, step 3, sensory redirection. Rather than focusing on your heartbeat, which only makes the symptoms worse, place one hand on your stomach and direct your attention to the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen as you breathe, this belly breath. Then mentally scan the room and identify 3 objects. You can name them in your mind and notice their color, their shape, or how they look in current lighting. This simple redirection engages different neural pathways that breaks down that anxiety attention cycle. This abbreviated technique takes just a couple of minutes, and the beauty is that you can do it right in bed without getting up. Many of our clients report that this shorter exercise alone can reduce nighttime heart symptoms significantly enough to help them fall back asleep. Results and testimonials. Let me share what happened when some of our clients started using techniques like this as part of our program. James experienced a remarkable improvement in his sleep quality, reporting longer, uninterrupted sleep cycles and deeper restorative sleep after consistently using this technique. Chanel shared that by incorporating this technique within the program, the intense fear surrounding heart symptoms diminished significantly, allowing her to enjoy exercise and daily life with renewed confidence. Juan noted a dramatic reduction in anxiety, as much as 90%, crediting the techniques and program with getting him back on track to better sleep and overall calm. So now, I want to be completely transparent. While this simplified technique can provide immediate relief, lasting resolution of nighttime heart symptoms requires addressing the root causes. That's why at Salus, our Calm Heart method goes beyond basic techniques to also include comprehensive testing of 17 biomarkers that affect heart-brain communication, a personalized protocol to rebalance your autonomic nervous system, nutritional interventions to address any mineral deficiencies driving symptoms, a 12-week guided program to rebuild lasting resilience to stress. The exercise I just shared is just a small sample of our comprehensive approach that has helped over 300 people completely eliminate blood pressure issues, heart palpitations, and health anxiety. Our full Calm Reset protocol provides even more powerful and immediate relief for clients in our program. Try this simplified nighttime exercise tonight and see how it works for you. I'd love to hear your results in the comments below. If you're ready to go beyond quick fixes and want to address the root cause of your symptoms, click the link in the description to learn about our Calm Heart Method program and schedule a consultation call. Now, during this call, we'll analyze your specific symptoms, identify the likely biomarkers driving them, and create a preliminary roadmap showing your projected recovery timeline. Yours to keep regardless of whether you end up working together. You don't have to live with racing thoughts and a racing heart at night. Better sleep and a return to confidence are possible. I hope to speak with you soon.